name is Todd Hausman.
My name is Ben Gordetsky.
Together we make up the Folklords.
Yep. We're a multicultural folktale, improv, comedy, and storytelling fusion duo.
Yeah, we tell 3 improvised stories in our format. One is a Cree origin story inspired by my own heritage.
One is a Chekhovian character drama inspired by my heritage.
And then the third one is whatever collective culture the audience might have. So we ask them for another cultural genre.
There's a relatability or an accessibility or an electricity to improv that doesn't often, or it doesn't always occur in other forms of performance, that I think for people to buy in and get the premise of these guys are making it up, I'm instantly invested because the risk is higher, the theater is somehow more live. It's the livest form of theater, some say.
Yeah, improv just gives you an opportunity to play.
The script is being written in the moment, being directed and staged at the same moment the audience is seeing it. There's an excitement and a vitality in that I think really gets people in a way that other forms sometimes might not.
My process differs from the guerrilla approach by me wanting to write about people after I already know quite a bit about them. So I don't decide in advance I'm going to write about this group. Now I should find out about them. I already know a lot about them, and then I just try to find out more. Right now I'm working on a project called The Daemonic Verses of John Ware. And John Ware is the most famous cowboy in Canadian history. He came from the United States. Their continent-wide rape gulag came to an end in 1863 officially. He actually achieved freedom in 1865. He was a cowboy. He was extremely successful. He came to Alberta as a ranch hand. He became a rancher. And his story is really a fascinating story of seeking a better life, but the irony of seeking a better life by becoming a settler on somebody else's land.
I'm a filmmaker. I am working right now on a short documentary film. This Hindu monk, Swami Vivekananda, in 1893, he traveled to make what became a hallmark speech at the World Parliament of Religions during the Chicago World Fair. So on that journey, he spent one night at the Winnipeg train station. He was carrying his master's message that the universe is just a composition of oneness, and that whatever he was brought on this earth to do, whatever his purpose was, he will experience the fulfillment of it and carry this message. So for him, it was a test coming as a monk with nothing in his hands but the message.
I'm a painter and an illustrator. I'm originally from southern China, and recently I have some pet. I have some pet worms. They are red wrigglers. I find them very interesting and fascinating. They can turn my garbage, my food scrap, into compost. Aristotle also called them the intestine of the earth. It's very amazing, and I think especially young children, I think they should be knowing about them, and so I decided to make a picture book about them. This book is gonna be combined with science and art together.
I study ethnomusicology, and I'm studying the musical traditions of Pakistan with a particular focus on Sufi mystical tradition. And I'm also learning to perform it, and that's my art. Mystical music has been an inspiration for a very long time. This all-night performance that I attended was one of the most mesmerizing events of my life, and I wanted to find out how they do what they do and what makes it so powerful. Music is an embodied art. It's performance in its essence. It's through performance that the meaning of it really gets communicated. And I find that for me, it's important to not only study it as an ethnographer, but also because for me, it means something personally. It's inspiring for me. That's why I have initiated the study to learn this and to perform it and share this learning with people here and across the world.
I'm a visual artist. I work primarily with acrylics and mixed media collage. Art making can facilitate conversations that are very, very difficult and painful. But making art together in community can help to have that conversation and then have something as a product of the conversation that actually brings that healing that the community needs. I am from Jamaica. I think one of the things that being a minority has done for me is made me focus in more on humanity, the humanity of my community. Because there's so many places in my community where I am not represented, I am absent. And so I have to find a way to be present, and maybe that's what it is.
I am a painter, photographer here in Edmonton. I moved to Edmonton 5 years ago from Nigeria, and I always have kind of been interested in art because of the ability to use it as a different way of communicating. Like when you can't really talk about things, or instead of talking about things, you can make work about it, and it kind of like transcends different barriers in that way. So a lot of the work I make is always focused at some sort of human relationship and like creating sort of bridging gaps between people. It's important to bridge gaps because I think it just helps us love each other better. I think is my hope, at least.
I am from Mexico. I live here in Edmonton for almost 10 years. Filmmaking is, I would say, one of my greatest passions. So I am doing a film about sex trade workers transitioning to a better life. We can shed some light in these people who might not have a voice, so to speak, in the mainstream media. Why is it important? Because there's stories out there that deserve to be given the opportunity to be known by as many people as possible.
I'm playwright and actor. I'm a refugee with 3 children. I have been out of Syria since 2011 when the war started. So I start put my feeling in papers and make it real. I collaborating on the project with Miyako Hoshi. She's the co-writer, she's the dramaturge, and she's the director for this play. It's a one-woman show called Miriam. Miriam is every woman in Middle East, in Iraq, also in India, in Afghanistan, everywhere. There's women there, they need help. I can't be there with them to help them. I can't be there to stand next to these women and stop this. I try to do something here. Maybe help. I wish it's help.
I am a visual artist. Okay, so I like to do visual commentaries about issues that I find that are important for me. And I want to talk about it and raise my voice and contribute in some kind of way by making a visual commentary. I'm from El Salvador, Central America, yeah. Number one, I come from a tradition, Latin American tradition, where art has been used for years, for centuries, to address social inequality, social injustice, because art has this power of moving us, by bringing something that we cannot even, is unspeakable. So you see a work of art and then make you think, make you reflect on things that you cannot even express with words.